Come on. Welcome to another episode of The Purpose Experience. You already know what we're going to say, and I want you to say it and really believe it and mean it. Today is another day to live out my purpose and to give it 120%. Now, you ought to be saying that with power because it's not my purpose, it's your purpose. Today is another day to live out my purpose and to give it 120%. I hope you had an amazing Monday. Well, depending on when you're watching this, an amazing Monday and that you are ready to tackle Tuesday. Go ahead. You already know. Write it in the chat. What are you grateful for? And for our newcomers, we acknowledge what we're grateful for because studies show that those who can show appreciation and gratefulness live overall happier lives. And Tony Robbins said, when you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. Oh, let's say it again. When you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. So what are you grateful for today? Of course, you already know I'm grateful just to have another morning with you guys. Rita is still singing our song. She said, live, 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 live. And if you missed it yesterday, there's an amazing song called You're Gonna Live by J.J. Harrison. And I want to tell y'all now, I was trying to think around what time it was yesterday. I was like, ooh, my energy draining. I don't know how I'm going to give it 120 for the rest of the day. I turned on that song. I said, oh, okay, all right. We're good. I'm grateful for a new thriving business. Tell us about it. What is the business? Is there any links or how do we find out the information? Rita said, I'm grateful for new days, new experiences, and new opportunities in relationships. Yes, look at my sisters. I can see already that you guys are winning. Oh, so beautiful. Keep it pushing. If you need to hear the song, Rita put it in the chat. Good morning, Toya. Oh, y'all are live this morning. You're living, aren't you? Let's go ahead. Let me pull up our scripture reading. We're coming from, it always says that, Romans chapter 8, verses 26 through 28. And I'm going to read it from the Message Bible. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside helping us along. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. He does our praying in and for us, making prayer out of our wordless sighs, our aching groans. He knows us far better than we know ourselves. Knows our pregnant condition. What are you pregnant with? Pregnant with purpose. And keeps us present before God. That's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good. Ooh, that was a good one. I like that. She said, love that song. Okay. You guys check out Asaya. I believe I'm saying it right. www.mylittlezooomschool.com. Asaya, give us some details as to what it is. I would love to talk about it. Is there a flyer that I can share out? That is excellent. Yes, pregnant with purpose. So I don't have any new announcements for today. So we're going to go right on to our topic, which is stress. Need I say more? Now, if y'all not going to keep it real with me today, we might as well just hang up now because I know in my life, stress comes up, right? Stress over what to do next, stress over what direction to move in, stress over relationships, not just with a mate, but relationships with family, with friends, stress over different committees you're on, stress over, for some of you guys, your children, stress on the job. Write it in the chat. Good morning, Allison. What brings you guys some stress that you don't know whether you're coming or going from the stress? And I thought about this yesterday because and it's interesting the way stress shows up because sometimes you can't even fully put a label on it. We can't even fully identify what it is. We just know that within us in our spirit, we're feeling a little off. So yesterday, it was the end of the day. I had just seen my last client and I was on top of getting my notes done. The sessions were great, but I still felt like, ugh. I can't really describe what it was, but I knew I felt off, guys, and not just the joy that I want to feel all the time. Has anyone ever had that before where you're like, I want to feel the joy and happiness, but something is a little off? So typically though, I don't know about y'all, this is the keep it real moment. Are y'all going to keep it real with me? When I feel that uncomfortable emotion, that confusing emotion, I look for what's going to make it feel better. My go-to could be a nice sweet snack, which is nothing wrong with it. It's just how frequent you do it. Y'all tell me what your go-tos may be. I know some people run to the wrong person for help. Ouch. Don't beat me up for saying it. Some of us might turn to things that aren't healthy for us. But instead I had to think, well, oh, my uncle said fishing is a stress relief. Uncle Jay, I want to go fishing so bad. Like, when are you coming to Delaware? Goodness gracious, because you know I can't put the worm on the rod, nor can I take the fish off, but I want to fish. Don't y'all judge me. So when it comes to stress, so yesterday I was feeling what I felt, and I said I had to talk to myself for a moment. So when you're feeling stressed, do you take the time to just talk to yourself? And I said, Levante, before you make that move to go get that donut, what is it that you're really feeling and that you need? And I still couldn't pinpoint what task, what overriding situation was causing the stress. But I said, I think you just need some fresh air. So I went and sat outside and it felt beautiful. But think of the decisions at times we make in a stressful situation that are just quick decisions that don't really address the need. We're just trying to get a quick fix. So today I'm challenging you to consider, what quick fix am I trying to get in a stressful situation versus sitting still, tuning in with myself, talking to myself if I need to, and figuring out what I really need. For me, it was to sit outside. Sometimes I can tell, especially when I really need it, like this past weekend, I just needed to get away. Or I go walking at the riverfront because minus the bugs attacking you at times, it is just so beautiful to walk that path and to see other people out living. Live. Oh, if y'all haven't checked the song out by J.J. Harrison, you just have to do it, right? So when we look at, and y'all identify, even if you don't write it in the chat, what are your main stressors? What is that? Yeah, she said, be still and know. What is that issue right now that is causing you angst? It's giving you headaches. It has you, because you got to pay attention to how stress shows up in the body, and pay attention to the fact that toxic stress can be damaging to the body. And that's when you're constantly in a state of worry, constantly feeling on edge because situations have you stressed. And that has physical implications that we want to be careful with, even if it's based in trauma as well. So we want to be careful with that. But when you think about that situation that's causing you stress, now, can we dig a little deep here? Because maybe it's someone connected to you closely that y'all either need to have a come to Jesus talk, or y'all need to consider some distance apart, or implementing some boundaries in. Maybe it's someone always pulling from you, demanding of you. What is that situation that causes you a lot of stress? She said, causing you not to sleep. Exactly. Got your mind up racing that night. These kids are stressful at times. Not the baby, but the girls, okay? And because they are trying to find their independence, live their own lives, make their own rules, and mama don't want that. So what is that situation that's causing you stress? And how can you come up with a different game plan? Because so far, we kind of move in comfortability at times and we stick to what we know. Well, maybe we got to make some adjustments to better address that stressor. I know it was one time when I looking at business life where every 2 weeks I would get stressed over completing the payroll. And it was because there was a gap in my system that just wasn't making it effective. So I would get so angry and worked up and stressed out. And I'm like, you can't keep doing this. Like, you have to find a new way to address this problem. So even though it's still like, oh gosh, I got to do payroll, it's not that same feeling of being on the edge. I just take my time and execute it just the same. So what stressor, what situation do you need to come up with a solution for, with how to address? I know it also at times I try to, and Toya knows this. She said they don't get to have their own rules until they have their own house. You got that right. I said they try to have their own rules. But Toya knows this, when big events are coming up that I'm planning. And that's like a good stress because you're doing something great. She always says, are you excited? And I always say, I'm never excited until the moment it's all happening, because there's all these tasks and everything leading up to the moment that has me just on edge. But I decided I wanted to adjust that approach. So I plan everything out that I can, and I accept the fact that things may go wrong, but it's not the end of the world. And some of us, we make these plans, and it's okay to plan, but we don't leave room for everything's not perfect in this life. This sun has really hit me in the eye. Everything's not perfect, and we may have to maneuver and make some adjustments in the moment, and that's okay. So what is that situation? What is that stressor where you need to have some wiggle room and make some adjustments? I'm trying to run from the sun. She said, wow. Uncle Jay said, wow, I'm with you 100%. That's beautiful. But are you coming to take me fishing, Uncle Jay? Is anybody going to take me fishing? Y'all would just have to put the worm on and take the fish off. It's that easy. So he said, yep, I'd be all excited for her and all hype, and she all straight faced. I'm going to do better. So how are you managing your stress? Identify those negative coping skills that you go to. Me, some chocolate. Ask the trainer, Corey, he crazy. Ask him. Me, some chocolate, because it makes me feel good in the moment, but then overall, it doesn't help the situation. And then once you identify the stressors, the negative ways that you cope, then look at, okay, how can I do this a little different? What can I do that's really going to feed my soul and make me feel happy? She says, sun kiss. Girl, the sun is blinding me. So, I hope you guys take something away from this. When you look at your stressors that come up today, that you tackle them a little differently, because all in all, we are walking in our purpose. This is our winning season. We are living. Check out the song. Rita put it in the chat. Live, 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 live. You're going to live to see it happen. Remember, if you accomplish anything, I'm awake for Miss Fisher to send us more information on her business. Hopefully, I got something in Messenger, so maybe that's her. But remember, if you accomplish anything big, we want to celebrate you. We are a family walking in our purpose. We want to love on each other, celebrate each other, because we are in this together. Have an amazing Tuesday, giving it 120%. And let me know when you check out the song, because it is beautiful. Good morning, all. Twin, please. See, Uncle Jay, Miss Wendy said, take me fishing too. All right, guys. Have a good day. Love you.